Everything is being funneled out and directed, managed by the military industrial complex. They have their tentacles into business and corporations and politics. C. Wright Mills referred to it as an iron triangle. There is news, there is truth, but you won't find it through the medium. We had a bit of freedom back in the day, maybe 5, 10 years ago, I don't know, but it's gone now. That fourth wall is gone. One can see through the band Boston how one guy created a rock band, and all he needed was a singer and a drummer. I think it was a drummer. But otherwise, that guy did all the music. It got a bit tricky for them to go on tour. But my point is that the medium is the same thing. It's all layered, it's all manipulated, it's all rigged. We can't participate even if we want to, is my contention. Alright, what are the odds? Manitalk is interviewing someone from Belgium. And that's what Yvonne Kim did with, what was her name? Aria Persay. I shouldn't remember that name, but I do. So what are the odds? Here's a funny clip that I remember. It's too much work to make this masterful. No one's going to even know who Manitalk is, James Young. No one's going to know how he's linked to Deborah Della Piana. I did like that video I made on her friend, her associate Sarah Frills, how she was hounding Nina Turner. I mean, it's whack-a-mole. It's endless. I don't know how else to make these videos other than to mill them in. It's just too much. So the coincidences continue. Right, look at those Snowden documents and it uncovers everything. The false flag is basically these websites, these people. They're just all fake. Whitney Webb. I mean, Glenn Greenwald is tied to the hip of the Cato Institute. Daily Kos, Markos Moulitsas was completely exposed. And no one cares anymore. He's never even mentioned. I had a decent cyber sleuthing I tied recently, like a year or two ago. I tied Brad Friedman to Above Top Secret, some No More BS guy. My stuff's good, but it's just very esoteric. Maybe the best stuff I came up with was on the famous people, because they're the only ones that everyone's going to know who we're talking about. But even then, though, there's a divide because the different cultures are going to have their different famous people. The medium's gone anyway, so that needs to be the new point of departure. It's fascinating. We're let loose from what we have been witnessing for centuries. What else do I have on the blog docket? I think I've covered everything. So I have Manitalk. Let me just see what I came up with for downloads for sharing. Alright, I got Whitney Webb and Adam Green. I mean, they're all tied to the hip. Now, do I have to run around and chase down Whitney Webb's connection to Joe Lauria and the anti-Assange people? I mean, do I bring in Brandon Darby and Cassandra Fairbanks? I mean, when does it end? Adrian Lamo? I mean, who are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's impossible to put all this together. There's too much. And even if we did, the algorithms are throttled, rigged. So that's why I mail this stuff in. Alright, so I had the Manitalk with the guy from Belgium. Oh, I also have this is H.A. Goodman from last night. I just want to show how he's still incapable of using the word cocaine. Back in the day, I would have probably run around and saved and figured out how to save stuff. Those live streams, if I could save them in real time, maybe back in the day I would have figured that out. But I'm not going to figure that out now. One time I heard H.A. Goodman use the word cocaine. But when I went the next day to use that live stream to then incorporate it in my shtick here, it was gone. He got rid of it. There's been about a week gap between now and my last video. I do feel to be winding down. I don't think I'm going to quit though. I just don't see the point anymore of investigating these people. There's a good chance I'll make a video. The next ones will be on philosophy.